So, morning. We're here with Antony. We're in Atlanta, which is Georgia, so now down in the south. What a contrast from Phoenix. I mean, we've gone from flat desert to a forest. But much more importantly, I'm here with Antony. Antony, you specialize in property management.
That's correct. I manage the properties. I'm with National ERA Servicing.
Tell us a little bit. I mean, one of the biggest fears that I have as an investor, if I'm not buying the house right next door to where I'm living, is I've got to have someone looking after my property. What do you do? What are the type of services that you offer here in America?
We provide pretty much everything. I mean, from tenant placement to collections. Heck, we'll even pay your property taxes, your homeowner's insurance, everything for you. We make things truly just very passive for our investors.
And what about maintenance? You know, what happens if the toilet breaks?
If the toilet breaks, that's something we take care of as well. Plus, we don't mark up or charge you for sending somebody out there to take care of it. And a lot of our properties are newer, so we have a lot less maintenance issues with them. Most of the properties are, between maybe 5 and 7 years old, so you don't have those big maintenance issues with them.
Fantastic. And so, just so that I understand, so management and maintenance is covered by yourself. What type of costs am I looking at as an investor? I own my property. What are you going to charge me on a monthly basis? How does it work?
Just a 10% fee.
10%?
That covers pretty much everything. If we have to file an eviction or anything else, we don't charge you extra for my time to go and do that.
Okay, and what about placement fee? Is that 10% inclusive, or do I pay fees up front to actually get the tenant in, or how does it work?
The placement fees are usually the first month's rent.
First month's rent, okay.
Yes.
So it's first month's rent and then 10% month on month after.
Exactly.
And now the age-old question, the one thing with America, there's great opportunity, but obviously from where we come from, we've heard all these horror stories about oversupply and everything else. What is the tenant market like? There's good opportunities, we know that, but can we get tenants?
Oh, we can definitely get tenants. I mean, I'm going to meet with 2 of them later on today. Yes, because we offer something that's very unique. What we do is it's not just a rental. We want to make sure that our investor's safe. We put the tenants in there under a 3-year lease option. The reason why we do that is, for one, they're a longer term. I mean, what kills your investment is turnover.
Yep.
So we want to decrease the amount of turnover that you have. Not just that, we put them in there under a lease option so that they have the feeling of ownership of the property. Therefore, they tend to take better care of it. Now, are they going to exercise their option in the 3 years? Chances are, very few probably will. But this way, psychologically, they tend to take care of the property better.
So on average, they'll stay there 3 years, though, generally?
Yes. And we only put people in there that want to own the properties.
Okay.
So even if the 3 years goes by and they still can't exercise their option, we can always renew it and lengthen their lease for them as well.
Okay. And my last question is, and I know it's quite a broad-based question, but what type of yields are we looking at? What type of yields can we expect?
That's more buy cash flow properties, the ones that sell it. I put the tenants in. I try to get as high of a yield for you as I possibly can. One of the things that we do as well is, like I'm going to meet with somebody today where the rent started out at $1,000. I said, well, hey, the owner really wants to make sure you're going to own this house, so if you do $1,100 a month, the owner will put $1,000 towards the purchase. Now, again, chances are they're not going to exercise their option, but this increases the investor's cash-on-cash return. And if I had to give you a ballpark, I would say you're usually somewhere around 11 to 14%.
Okay, 11, 14. And my very last question: I basically now buy my house. I get handed the keys today. I now own the house. Again, I know it's a how long a piece of string type thing, but based on your experience, how long is it going to take to get a tenant into my property? What type of vacancies should I plan for in my cash flow?
I tell people, 45 to 60 days. That's, being generous. I mean, like I said, I'm going to meet up with 2 tenants today. One of them, the house just got finished being rehabbed 3 weeks ago. The other one, it just got finished being rehabbed 2 weeks ago. And also, that's a little bit unique because as soon as we get a property, even before we start rehabbing it, we'll start marketing the property to make sure that we get tenants in there as soon as possible.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank
Cheers.
you,
Look forward to seeing them. Cheers. Bye. That was excellent.